Hello everyone, this is Rahul Shrestha here to present you the last part of measurement chapter for class 8. If you remember, while concluding my last video, I left you people with a question asking whether we measure our mass or weight while weighing ourselves. Now the thing is that in normal conversations, when people ask for our weight, we generally express this weight in kilograms. And this is where all the confusion arises from. We have already studied that weight, being a force, should be expressed in a unit such as Newton and not kg as expressed here, which is basically a unit of mass. So कुरा के हो कि कसैको वेट सोध्ने बेलामा हामी एक्चुअलीमा त्यो मान्छेको मास नै सोधेको हुन्छौं, बट बिकज हामीलाई वेट बोल्नेको बानी परेछ, that is why we refer to as weight itself. But there is a catch. Let me first show you something. Suppose the mass of this person is 60 kg, which we got by using a weighing scale. Now if suppose we take this person to the surface of the moon and weigh him again there, do you think that his mass would be the same? What do you think his mass would be? Can you take a guess? 6 kg. So how is this possible? Has this person lost some weight while transiting from Earth to Moon? No, this is not the case. Remember, mass is an inherent property which does not change from place to place. So अगर यो मान्छेको weight 60 kg Earth मा थियो, तो इसको mass Moon मा पनि 60 kg नै होला. But still, this scale is showing us 6 kg, which is different from what it was showing earlier on the surface of Earth. So has this scale become faulty on the surface of the moon? No, this isn't the case either. See, actually यहाँ fault gravity को छ. Not actually a fault, but the reason behind this change is definitely gravity. The thing is कि when we are weighing ourselves using a scale such as this, even if the machine may show the numbers in kg, but in reality it is doing so by measuring our weight itself, which is measured in Newton. Understand कि हर एक object जो अर्थ को surface में था is under the influence of gravity, and when we are weighing ourselves at that moment too, we or any other object are still under that influence of gravity. So when we are using a tool like this, it is actually measuring our weight. It is just that these machines are calibrated in such a manner that instead of showing us our weight in Newton, it shows us our equivalent mass in kg. So while on Earth, our weight will be our mass multiplied by the acceleration due to gravity on the Earth's surface, which will be 60 kg in this case multiplied by 9.8 meter per second square, which is the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of Earth. So a person of mass 60 kg will have a weight of 588 Newton on the Earth's surface. Now a machine such as this, which has been made to measure mass on the surface of Earth, is calibrated in such a way that instead of showing us 588 Newton, it will show us 60 kg instead. And when we take this same machine to the surface of moon, where you already know that the gravitational power is 1/6 of that of Earth, so the machine will measure the person's weight based on the gravity which is present on the surface of the moon. So the person whose weight was 588 Newton or 60 kg here will weigh only 98 Newton on the moon's surface. And that is why the machine shows us just 6 kg as the mass, which is the equivalent of 98 Newton. But definitely, if we take a beam balance, which is a device to measure mass and not weight, on the moon and measure ourselves, we will definitely get our actual mass there, which is in this case 60 kg. So remember, when we are weighing ourselves, we are actually measuring our mass in kg, but we are doing so by measuring our weight on the surface of Earth. Now moving forward with our chapter, the last part of this chapter that we need to discuss here is time. And as we already know, that time is a duration between any two events. Let's understand what is an event first. म फिलहाल जागे छु, एकछिन पछि सुतिहाल्छु. It is an event. बिहान हुन्छ म उठ्छु. This again is an event. राति सूरज देखिन्न, बिहान फेरि सनराइज हुन्छ. It is an event. साँझ फेरि सनसेट हुन्छ. Another event. अहिले म बसेछु, एकछिन पछि I'll start running. It is an event. And when I'll stop, it will be another event. See, our whole life is a vast collection of billions and billions of events like these. In fact, एउटा सिंगल डे मा यस्तो बिलियन्स अफ इभेन्ट्स भइहाल्छ हाम्रो सराउन्डिङमा. सो म सुत्ने र उठ्नेको यो दुईटा इभेन्टको बीचको जुन ड्युरेसन छ त्यसलाई मेरो स्लीप टाइम भन्न मिल्छ. That was the amount of time I slept. त्यस्तै सनराइज देखि सनसेट को बीच को ड्यूरेशन was our day time. Me started running and stopping को बीच को ड्यूरेशन was the time that I ran. So this is what time is. कुनै पनि दुईवटा इभेन्ट को बीच को ड्यूरेशन या अन्तराललाई टाइम भनिन्छ. पहिलाको जमानामा people used to guess time by observing the positions of the sun and the stars in the sky. People even used to use their shadow as a tool to measure time back in those days. But now, in this modern age, we have a lot of different devices to measure time. Tools such as a clock, a wristwatch, stopwatch, a digital watch, an hourglass, etc. help us to measure time in various different manners, which is very important. Measurement of time is actually a very important and basic activity of our day-to-day life. As we already know that we don't have an endless life, we are just a mortal beings, and sooner or later we would have to leave this world. And this is why each one of us want to make our life as fruitful as possible within the small amount of time that we have here, which we call as life. You know, actually, in a way, we measure time to measure ourselves, to measure how much productive we have been all this time that we have passed, to measure how much we have achieved, and to plan how much more we have to achieve with the little amount of time that we have left. Now, very heartily, I would like to ask you people to measure yourselves. See, it's actually more than 2 months now that you are at the confinement of your home, locked away from your friends, schools, teachers, and most of the outside world. Think what you did all this time of your home quarantine. How much productive you have been, what new skills you have learned, how much you have achieved. And I'm not talking about the chicken dinner you had in PUBG or the likes or comments you received on your TikTok or Facebook account. I'm talking about the real stuffs here which will actually help you with your life. See, 2 months is quite a lot of time. And if suppose you had spent most of this time doing all those stuffs that I just talked about, then let me just tell you that I'm not going to judge you for that. But what I can tell you is that all these likes and chicken dinners will not give you anything other than very temporary sense of joy which will not even last for an hour or so. But it will definitely take a lot from you, which is your time, which I'm quite sure you don't understand how precious it is. Please utilize it for better things. Learn something new. And I'm not talking about studies. Learn anything. Learn to dance or play a guitar. Learn how to cook or do some yoga. Do anything that you like or wish as long as you think that it's useful in your life. And the best thing is that you have still got time at home, at least for now. Please utilize it in a better way and just try to make it a bit more productive than what it has been so far. Now coming back to the topic, time is measured by using units such as seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years, centuries and millennium, etc. Basically, all these units of time are based on the motions of Earth about its axis and around the Sun. 1 year has been taken as the time the Earth takes to complete one revolution around the Sun. 1 day has been taken as the duration the earth takes to complete one rotation around its axis. 1 day is again divided into 24 equal parts called as an hour. 1 hour divided into 60 equal parts called a minute, and 1 minute divided into 60 equal parts called a second. And this second here has been taken as the SI unit for measuring time. So basically we can derive one solar day as a duration of 86,400 seconds like this. And thus we can define a second as the 1/86,400 part of a day. And with this definition of the second, I can tell you that I'm done with today's class as well as with our first chapter. And I hope that you might have understood everything I taught regarding measurements. We will meet again in our next class with a new topic to discuss. Until then, take care and be safe. Thank you.